Hello, my name is Preston Thomas, and this is episode 27 of The Way of Jesus. Today's episode focuses on the good news of the coming triumph of the teachings of Jesus over the teachings of secularism. It reviews the first two phases of Jesus' spiritual kingdom and introduces a bright new phase that will accompany the triumph of Jesus. If you like this podcast and find it helpful, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. A complete listing of all episodes with their links and transcripts may be found at thewayofjesus.us. We live in a dark and confused world, and one naturally wonders whether our world will continue its plunge into chaos and disaster, or will we survive and return to the light and hope found in genuine spiritual religion? We know that the new revelation of Jesus must occur amid the chaos of an ever-changing social order and in a society that has increasingly turned its back on spiritual religion and embraced a materialistic secularism and its evil fruits. What then will be the outcome of this titanic struggle? Will the teachings of Jesus and true religion be finally overcome as the world continues its downward slide into the darkness of godless secularism and evil? Or will true religion and the teachings of Jesus prevail? The good news is that one day, this time of testing and decision will come to an end, and the teachings of God's divine Son, Jesus, will triumph. This new revelation of Jesus will succeed, and his original gospel teachings will be the next major stage of our religious evolution. We do indeed have a bright and glorious future that we may look forward to. This victory will come through the dedicated work of the new teachers and disciples of Jesus. It will come principally through the spiritual rebirth of the Jesus Brotherhood, the spiritual activation of those men and women who presently believe Jesus' original gospel of sonship with God and have dedicated themselves to the doing of their Father's will. These are the followers of Jesus who seek to live by faith and show forth love and the other fruit of the Spirit in their daily lives. Presently, most of these followers of Jesus are relatively inactive as they slumber within the protective cocoon of Christianity. But all this will change as these believers awaken to a new and deeper commitment to save our upside-down world from its secularism and evil through a revival of Jesus' original teachings. Energized and inspired by their better understanding of Jesus' actual teachings and a fresh new vision of his inspirational life story, they will carry out the new revelation of Jesus in the face of determined opposition and persecution by secular individuals, groups, organizations, institutions, and governments. But in the end, victory will come. The incomparable teachings of Jesus are destined to triumph over the teachings of godless secularism and rule this world forever. When will this great transformation from our present spiritual stagnation and secularism to the personal religion of Jesus come about? The good news is that this return to Jesus and his true teachings is not far off in the future. In fact, the hour is striking for a rediscovery of the true and original foundations of Christianity, the real life and teachings of Jesus. The time is now for modern culture to be spiritually baptized by a new revelation of Jesus' life and a new understanding of his gospel of eternal salvation. We live in exciting and thrilling times in which the light of the new revelation of Jesus is due to dawn upon our corrupt and evil world. This new, more exclusive emphasis on Jesus and his actual teachings is basically a return to the highest and best elements of Christianity, Jesus' original gospel of the kingdom. The new revelation of Jesus, the triumphs of the teachings of Jesus over the teachings of secularism, will usher in a new phase of Jesus' spiritual kingdom. This glorious new advanced phase of Jesus' kingdom will bring a complete turn from the materialism and secularism that presently dominates our world to a time of great spiritual advancement. The present breakdown of morality, unbridled self-expression, and lust for power will recede as we experience enhanced moral insight and a new ethical awakening that results from a greater adherence to the Golden Rule. And an economy based more on cooperation and service will replace exclusively profit-motivated economics. Following is a review of the first two phases of Jesus' kingdom to help put into perspective this new and advanced stage of the spiritual kingdom. Phase 1 of the kingdom, spiritual fellowship with God the Father, has its inception when the Father's Spirit begins to reign in the heart of the individual believer. This is the birth of the Spirit into the light of faith. This first phase of the spiritual kingdom results when an individual decides to believe Jesus' gospel, that we are all children of a loving Heavenly Father, and makes the accompanying decision to do the Father's will, to pray in sincerity, "Your will be done." Phase 1 is the personal and inward experience of the fellowship and communion of the individual believer with the Father, and is inevitably followed by an increased bearing of the fruit of the Spirit in one's daily life. Phase 2 of Jesus' kingdom, the brotherhood of gospel believers, is the natural outcome of the growth of Phase 1. This enlarging brotherhood is the sum of those individuals who believe Jesus' gospel and choose to put the Father's will above their own personal will. This brotherhood of God's reign in the hearts of men is the true church. It is a spiritual brotherhood that is characterized by unity, not uniformity. Uniformity is a distinguishing mark of the physical world, of mechanistic nature. The unity of the Jesus brotherhood, is the fruit of faith union with the living Jesus. This social brotherhood of believers is characterized by the enhanced morals and quickened ethics that result from the reign of God's Spirit in the heart of each individual believer. The next phase of the spiritual kingdom, the more perfect fulfillment of the will of God, has yet to appear. This new phase of the spiritual kingdom will ascend to a new and more perfect level of the doing of the Father's will. We will advance toward the dawn of a new social order in connection with improved spiritual living. This new order of society the world has little known because it has refused to practice the principles of the gospel of the kingdom. When this new age does come, it will be manifested by enhanced morals and ethics, improved human relations, and advancing spiritual attainments. This is the next age of man, the coming of a glorious new age of the rule of Jesus' spiritual kingdom in the hearts of men. This new age, which will be characterized by a return to the true teachings of Jesus, is impending, at the door. It will soon dawn and then grow amid the chaos, spiritual stagnation, growth in evil, and secular opposition of today's world. This coming return to Jesus, which will be born amid the unsettled and threatening times in which we live, will not only bring a more advanced stage of the spiritual kingdom, it will continue to grow and grow and eventually become the dominant religion of our world. This concludes episode 27. Episode 28 will reveal coming supernatural help in overcoming the godless secularism and evil of our world, and will clear the way for the triumph of the new revelation of Jesus and the bright new spiritual renaissance that follows. My book, The Life and Teachings of Jesus, is available from Amazon.com. This book organizes the Jesus verses from the Bible into 180 short chapters, with each chapter focused on one event in Jesus' life, such as the birth of Jesus or the Sermon on the Mount. These chapters are arranged in the order in which they occurred in Jesus' life, thus producing an easy-to-understand story of the Master's life and teachings. It also includes numerous helpful footnotes and study aids. This book has brought new light and hope for many, and it can do so for you. On Amazon, you can also order the abridged audiobook and the ebook edition. The book is also available online at thelifeandteachingsofjesus.org. Thank you for watching and listening. Until next time, may God be with you.